Hello, folks. I'm here to respond to a video made by a former friend. It's a new apology. To me, it's more sincere towards me, at least. Um, Despite the other apologies I've actually seen from you, Bugsy, I do appreciate this one. And before I dive in, I want to say to Sonic93, if you see this, Bugsy, even though Bugsy's apologizing to you as well, and I know what you said before, like way back, it's just that within those apologies, he's actually confessing to things I don't think you heard him say before. So I will timestamp when Bugsy is talking in regards to you, and when I'm talking in regards to you or responding to you directly. Another thing, Nitwit's world. I also do want to address some things with you because I want to make some type of clarification on something because so much has happened, and I made this video because I want to include perspectives too, not just mine. So here we go. I'm gonna start this right now.
Hungry. I want to just say, honest to God, I'm sorry. No sarcasm, no jokes, no bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for Ruth. I'm sorry for all the stuff I did. You were my friend that helped me during the whole Crimson situation. You helped during the cold situation. You helped with the other situation before the other situation that happened. And I didn't treat you like a friend. I treated you like a freak. I treated you like I treated you like a freaking get Bugsy out get Bugsy out of a jam button. That's what I treated you as. And I didn't realize that I flaked on you, man. I didn't realize. And then, you made that you made that freaking recording saying how I ignored you and did you did cry and I didn't even and when I listened to it the first time I just didn't even like it registered but I didn't know how bad I actually freaking fucked things up. I'm sorry. And I know that you're never gonna accept my apology and I understand that. I just want you to know. And I've been crying a little bit, so I got a little sinus thing going on, so pardon me for a minute. But you said our friendship wasn't real to you. It was real to me. Every time every time we joke, every time every time you beat me in Super Smash Brothers, every time I make one of my usual jokes about said waifu, you know, that was real to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry all the times I took it out. I'm sorry about the 2 times I took it out on you. Probably, I probably did some shit. I probably did some shit to you, and I just didn't even realize. And I'm sorry for that too. I'm sorry for those Sonic 93 videos. I'm sorry for every last Sonic93 video because honestly, she didn't deserve that. From what we know, she didn't deserve any of that. I'm sorry that I did the. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did the prank that made Sonic93 freak out on you. Well, I freaked her. Me and the guys freaked her out. I'm sorry about the whole. Sorry about the whole Discord thing in general. That wasn't cool of any of us. I'm sorry I made this whole freaking narrative up. Because honestly, never hated you from the jump. If anything, if anything, I was just still kind of hurt that we kind of ended our friendship the way that we did. And still hurts. If I'm being honest, it still hurts. And I'm not looking for an apology. And I don't want you to. And I know you're not going to forgive me. I know you're not going to forgive me right away or at all. And I want to tell you that I'm sorry. You know, like you know how your nickname, how nickname Robot when we do like the Double Zeta Breaker stuff, and you'd participate. I really did miss that too. Me, me cracking, me making jokes about, me making jokes about Android 21. you, you basically like denying it or whatever, just doing your whatever and stuff like that. So I miss that too. So even though this technically is your actual apology, you don't have to accept my apology. I just wanted to say it to I just wanted to say it to you because I know I did wrong and I want to own up to it. I want I want you to know that your friendship meant meant the world meant to, yeah, meant the world to me, and I want you to know that. Sorry for everything. Maybe one day maybe one day we could try again. Maybe one day we could try again to be friends, or not. That totally depends on you. I'm not trying to dictate none. I'm just trying to say. I'm trying to say how I feel. Losing two unranked bros in one day does that to you. And all me and Skye have are each other, basically. So, yeah. And thank you for hearing him out. You never really were too harsh on him. Even when I used to make a whole bunch of rabbit jokes on him. Well, I'm done. I don't know how I'm gonna send this this to you, but I want you to know. I want you to know that I care about you. I care about you too. And if something did happen to you, you better believe I get my ass out there to check if you're okay. You better believe I would. So, yeah, I care too. I just didn't want to admit it, but I do. I'm gonna I'm gonna go back to making videos of what I love, and you know, you should really work on those ideas you had because honestly, they were pretty good ideas. And are you still and if you do, please tell me you're still using Punch Drunk Scrap Buddy. Please tell me you're still using that. Because that was a good name, and I just think you should use it for something. Just a good, it's just a good random ass name we thought of. Wouldn't want it to go to waste. Well, well, dude. Well, Munchkin. You know, in another thing, why do you call yourself Munchkin? You could have called yourself anything other than Munchkin. Sorry, I'm trying to like get a conversation going. Just kind of my last, kind of my last words to you, in a sense. So yeah, see you around, dude. May may you get new friends that were a lot more kinder to you than me. I am a lot more kinder to you than me. So see ya.
All right. Thank you, Bugsy, because I really want to let things off my chest more than I've ever probably said. And not just to you, to Nit, and to anyone else I bring up, like especially Sonic93. Um, I'm going to I'm going to timestamp if I haven't said already, so that way, if any of you like Bugsy, if you just want to hear what I say to you, like for in the case of confidentiality, like you don't want to get between Root and me or vice versa, stuff like that. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I understand, so you can just jump to when I'm talking to you and talking to her and talking about all of you. I can do that. So I want to start off by saying, Bugsy, I do forgive, but I don't forget. This is advice that my sister has given me, something that she has said and others have said, I believe, in regards to things that are happening in general, even in our family. And I say I forgive, but I don't forget, not to give myself an easy way out of remembering things and dealing with stuff. No, I'm not just saying this for myself. I'm saying this for you because I don't want you or anyone carrying a burden of any form of hate or despise towards you from me, especially when you and Nitwit especially, you have potential. You both really have done some good things despite what you've done to people, including me. So, really, when it comes down to what all happened, I do have things I want to apologize for, despite what you said, because I still believe it was unfair to you for me to have said, I hate you. I hate your lies. I hate that you dragged me into it back when you were in the group with me and a couple more others. You still share one or more mutual friends with me. And, the way I ended the friendship with you, it's like you probably did not see that coming. You probably did not want that to happen. So, despite what I said, despite you actually taking responsibility for how I reacted, it still, to me, wasn't fair when it comes to what I said to you. And me saying that our friendship wasn't real or saying I thought it wasn't, one or the other, it's not like you didn't try. That's the thing. You did. In a lot of cases, you gave me a different impression, and it wasn't that. But in the beginning, and in some cases, you did try. In some cases, you did. And sometimes we have a period of time where we don't really know what's happening to us, and we just happen to react or treat others differently than how we would see ourselves doing it. And we have to sort things out, especially when it comes to Crimson. Like, you guys remember what he did. I don't think you guys forgot ever. And really, I know Crimson did things that really set off Nit. He did something that set me off because he said something that was very, very transphobic towards one of my own friends, and he started spreading that stuff on Twitter slash X that I hate, and it's like, what the heck? And he didn't respect the fact that um another friend of ours is actually very supportive of LGBTQ. It's like all that stuff that Crimson said around her, especially it was hurtful, hurtful probably around all of us. But we still remember what things he's done for us, like him playing Mario Kart with us. I think Super Smash Brothers. I saw you guys playing Roblox together. Yeah, it doesn't change what he ended up doing, but it also doesn't take away the time when he actually cried and called at me and was apologizing for stuff. So my point is, when it comes down to Crimson, it's like, Nitwit, if you haven't started already, like I didn't like that you were not being honest with me with certain things, even like right before you bailed on me. But Crimson is not worth stalking. Don't stalk anybody technically. But if anything, I think Crimson is actually emotionally broken. I really think he is. And of course, that's not good. And I feel bad. What he did was not right, but at the same time, kind of like how I care about you all still, you and Nitwit, I still care about Crimson. He's still a person. So if you haven't already, please leave him alone. I don't know what you do if you reach out to him. I don't know if things will go good or bad, but at least don't pay him any mind anymore unless you really feel the need to help him. I do want to go into something else. Um, Bugsy, you and Sonic93. I I'm glad that you confessed to what you did in regards to her. I am not in charge of whether or not she accepts your apology. You know that already. I'm just saying this to out of acknowledgement to respect both of you. And really, I don't blame her if she still doesn't. because of all that's happened and what she's been through, and it goes beyond that, but it doesn't stop me from saying what I probably already said. Like, again, when it comes to you and me, I forgive, but I don't forget. Um, I would also speak against people that are causing trouble for all of you because you're people, you and Nit especially. And I wish the best for you all because when it comes down to you, Sonic93 and Nit, even though Root has said she hates me, even though you said you hate me, Root, because of how things happened around the end, I still care about you, despite how angry I got with how you treated me and upset. I'm still not happy with my own actions towards you. And I got mad and upset because I felt like you were all giving into despair one way or another. And I did not want to let go of someone that was suffering. I wasn't tempted. It's just that it was hard to hold on without the biting happening, you know? And I kept trying to prove to you that I care. And plenty of people, not too many, but plenty of people have they have suggested, if not said, I don't care about them when I do. And a lot of people say I actually care. A lot of people say I actually care. And it's like, I know I'm not doing something wrong at times, and I'm not 100% innocent either when it comes to different things. But I didn't want you to make some of the same mistakes I've made practically in your places. That goes for you, Bugsy, you, Nit, you, Sonic93. I wanted to try preventing things from happening the way they did for me. It means a lot to me to help someone, even if we disagree with one another. Root, I don't know what it's like to be you entirely. I don't. To have barely anyone listening to you over slander that was put upon you. Imagine it being really hurtful, like a nightmare of some sort. At least for me, it would. It would be that. Um, comes down to you, Bugsy. I don't know what it's like to be in a wheelchair, to not be able to do certain things that other people can do, while still having a girlfriend who has been by your side for a long time, despite all that mess you both had to deal with when it came to Jar, especially, and other things. And then the family situations, so to speak, you know. And then there's Skye. You have you've been there for Bugsy, and I don't really know much about you, but I know you've been really cool. You're a cool person, and you have things you were trying to get through, and you both lost Miles and Taka. And it was just all of a sudden, and even though I was already grieving at times, it doesn't mean I should ignore what you're going through. So I wish you all well. I wish you well, Bugsy, Nit, Annie, Skye, anyone that I left out by accident. And the same for you, Root, because my thing is you helped me to see that, yeah, Bugsy and my friendship was like you and Amy-Chan's. And I wasn't really fair with how I viewed Amy when it comes to the stuff that you did cherish together. Um, I felt she was more aware of what she was doing, and you were saying she was irresponsible, and you were right about it. It's just I went by what you told me, and I think I overthought it by far instead of actually hearing you on the same level. I apologize for that. And if it wasn't for you helping me to see the good in Amy-Chan that was there by far, the stuff that she did was awesome with you. I wouldn't have been able to reflect so much on my former friendship with Bugsy. So technically, you're the main reason I was able to do this video. So thank you, Sonic93. Um, and the thing is, Bugsy, what I do want to say too is that Sonic93 was there for me when there was a shooting back in 2023 around December, around the end, when I was home alone for Christmas, at least before then. And she witnessed the gunshots. And even though I had a reaction to it, like a few days later, I think I had a traumatic response. Root being there for me helped me to calm down. It helped me to get through despite the emotional and traumatic damage that was done. So, the shooting happening just right next door, it was close. But that's how much my friendship with Root meant to me. Somebody who meant so much and still does, despite how you view me, however you view me, Root. And Bugsy, our friendship, it did in fact mean something. So if I haven't said it already, my apology for saying I hate you and stuff, and my apology for saying our friendship didn't seem real or that it wasn't real. I'll say it again just in case. I apologize for that. And I need to say stuff because it still wasn't fair for me to say what I did, despite me reacting that way. And Nit, you and Bugsy can get through this, especially. Like, don't let something or someone that doesn't like what you're doing get in the way of who you could be out of your own true selves. You both can make a difference. Sonic93 can make a difference. All of us can. And just put aside our grudges and don't ever let stuff like this happen, or whoever's responsible for it. Basically, a lot of people who spread hate, they should just stop. Because in the end, things get so destructive. And friendships are lost, even through things that didn't involve those people. I didn't agree with you, Root. I didn't agree with you, Bugsy and Nit, on things because if I had fed you what you wanted to hear, I would have led you into a trap instead of being real with you and keeping you on the train tracks. Just because someone says something that isn't what you feel the need to hear doesn't mean it's true. You're probably aware of it, but our emotions still take over. So to end this off, me being a small channel, by the way, being called Munchkin the Adversary, it's because I'm not a real content creator when it comes to YouTube videos. I'm just making videos for the sake of sharing things, letting people know, like sharing awareness. But I think for now, I'm just going to be done. And I wish you all well. Bugsy, Nit, Sonic93, anyone who's watching this. Um, if there's more for me to say, I'll probably have to say it later. Other than the future is not set in stone and nothing is absolute when it comes to our friendship, Bugsy. whatever the case, I will give an indirect shout out to you all. And Rook, I'm always around if you ever do decide to talk to me again. Take care, everyone.